Hello and welcome back to my channel. So welcome to FlossTube number 20. My name is Beth. I go by the username Be More Creative both here on Instagram and on YouTube. So we are going to jump in tonight. It is very late when I'm filming this. It's 11:30 at night on Friday night. I have just finished my shift. I am still on call as I work in a boarding school, but things have settled. The students are all settled in their room, so touch wood, fingers crossed, we'll be able to get through this video without any interruptions. I do apologise if you can hear the noise in the background of the fridge. Unfortunately, the fridge is in my room. I can't turn it off, and it is making quite a lot of noise, but hopefully on the camera you won't be able to pick up too much of that. And also, my room is a little bit messy. I've been working on some Christmas projects that I have laid out on the desk, so I'm having to film once again with the bed in the background because it is the tidiest part of my room. This is tidy. It's just boxes with some stuff stacked on top of it, but it is tidy. It just looks quite messy, so I do apologise for that, and hopefully at some point soon I'll be able to go back to filming in the same location I was before. But I just need to basically get rid of the Christmas presents that are there, actually wrap them so no one's going to see them, and also just tidy up the area a little bit. But enough about that. Let's just jump straight in. So yes, what have I been up to? It has been a very busy 2 weeks. Not work-wise, because work has been busy, but not too bad. It's getting into my busy period at work. However, I have been busy crafting this week. I have gone through the stuff that I had kitted up and really sat down and gone, am I really going to stitch this now, or do I want to unkit it? So I've unkitted it, claimed a lot of the thread back so I could use that in projects that I am currently working on. I have had a huge finishing session, and I have, how many FFOs? 2, 4, 5. I have 7 fully finished objects to show you guys tonight. Most of which have been stitched this week, some of which have not. They were stitched previously, but I had a really good session of fully finishing objects. I have started my new hobby, which is actually my favourite new thing this week. I wanted to show you guys. Now, these aren't perfect. I am still working on this. It is a brand new skill, or a brand new skill that I'm learning, sorry. And that is it macrame is how you say it? So I've made these little candy canes this week. Some are obviously better than others, but yes, so I've made these to hang on my gingerbread tree. So with these, I've made them, there is no wire inside these. I've just put some fabric stiffener on it to try it that way because I didn't have any wire. So I'm really enjoying this and looking forward to trying some others. I have made some other ornaments, but I don't have them here with me. I just have the candy canes because they were sat in my room drying, but I really like how they've turned out. As I said, they're not perfect. These are my first attempts, but I'm really glad that I'm trying a new skill. So I have that as well as my stitching now. So I will maybe pop in and show a little bit of the macrame that I make. It all depends on how things go. So that has been my best new thing. It's not been a stitchy related thing. It is the learning a new hobby. So I'm looking forward to trying that and going on, but that obviously won't take away from my stitching. So I think I'm going to start with the admin side of things. I announced last week the winner of the giveaway, which was for this Boffy Threads kit here called Ho Ho Ho. It's one of their new Christmas cards. And Nanette, you won this. I'm still waiting to hear from you. So if you are watching this, or if you know Nanette McDougall Dykes, I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong, I will put it across the screen for you. The information to contact me is down in the description box below. So if you know Nanette, maybe just send her a message. let her know that she's won so she can claim this. Nanette, if I don't hear from you by December 1st, then I'm just going to pick another winner for this, because I do want to get this sent out to someone. And obviously, because it's a Christmas item, I was hoping to get it there before Christmas, but now I can't be sure of that. But Nanette, if you contact me before December 1st, this will be coming to you. If not, I do have to announce another winner. So there's that. And let's start with the whips, because I have a lot of FFOs, so I'm going to come to those in a minute. So the first whip I have is kind of, it's a finish for now, but because I show it every week in whips, I'm going to carry on showing it. And this is the Lucky Nutcracker. So the section that actually came out this week was the clock, the bow and the holly in the middle. This part I've kind of jumped ahead and done because I had unaligned the top, so I knew I needed to make sure the bottom lined up. But that is my finish for now. I'm absolutely loving this piece. It is absolutely gorgeous. And it's just so much fun to stitch. So I will put that up so you can see it. And we have, I think we have the next piece coming out in a week's time, I believe. I tend to, what happens is they come out on the Friday every 2 weeks, and I will stitch it on the Wednesday, Thursday if I need to extend that a little bit. And then get that done, so that way that piece is done and I can move on to my other things. So I'm really glad that I got the time to stitch that, and I'm just waiting for the final part. The other whip is a new start, and this one, sorry, the Lucky Nutcracker is stitched on 27 count June even weave with all of the called for colours. And then on this one, this is the new Autumn Lane Stitchery Let It Snow, so I'll put a picture up here. So this is that Let It Snow pattern, and I'm stitching mine 1/1 on 25 count Vintage Country Mocha. It's a Swigart fabric, and I'm starting here with snow. So I've got the Let It, and I'm not going to do the back stitch of my Let It. 25 count back stitch is never fun because it is teeny tiny, but also I just don't think it needs it. It pops quite well. It's probably not showing too well on camera, but it does show really well in person. It pops enough. So I have seen that they are going to be releasing another one in this series, so I will definitely be picking that up, but I will pick that up when I have finished this one. But I absolutely love it. So that is the two whips that I have. I then finished and fully finished a couple of the charts that I was talking about for Stitching with the Housewives. So I can't actually remember which ones I'd done before. I think last time I had already stitched the Merry Mrs. Claus, and I finished these all in the same way. So what I have done to finish these is I have put a piece of batting onto a sticky board that I've wrapped my stitch piece. Now I stitch mine on 16 count Chalkboard Aida. Absolutely love the Chalkboard Aida. I find it a lot easier to stitch on the black, but also I love the effect that the Stitching with the Housewives designs gives on it. I've then used a medium-sized rickrack and backed my piece of stitching with that, so you've got the rickrack all around, and then that is put, I'm not sure if you can see, it's put on a piece of sticky board covered in the Chelsea checks. At the back here, and I do apologise, there is still a couple of stray strands of hot glue. I need to pull those off. I've used the Chelsea checks again. I've used a black ribbon with the white stitched mark that I've used for the hanger. I've used that down here with a larger piece of rickrack. Then you've got a red bow and a gingerbread button. So all of mine are finished in that way. They're super adorable, absolutely love them. And then I've just used a rickrack around the edge to kind of cover up really the two sides of the sticky board. So this one was one I'd already stitched, and I believe last time I hadn't quite finished the jolly, so I finished up the jolly Claus. Once again, I do apologise for the hot glue, and he's finished in exactly the same way as the Mrs. Claus. And then the other pieces I stitched, so, and I can't remember all of the names, but I think we've got Gingerbread Cottage, we've got Sweet Delivery, and I absolutely love how these have turned out. And then we've got Santa's Cookies. So I still have one more to stitch from this series, but I will be getting those, hopefully we'll stitch that up in the next week or so, but I've got enough to go on my tree at the moment, so I do have one more to stitch, but I wanted to fully finish these so I could get these up on the tree straight away. The other thing that happened this week is I had my Caterpillar cross stitch stitching social, and I was in at Charlie's group. We had an amazing evening. My group ended up being quite small because there was a couple of women who were there and then had to go because they were in America and it was earlier on, but it was lovely to meet everyone. I think nearly all of us were there at the start to kind of say hi, what we were stitching, and then slowly people faded away, and then it just ended up being the four of us. We had a lovely time. But what I decided to do was I had pre-stitched my piece, which was the Gingerbread Cottage. I pre-stitched that so that way I could fully finish both my cottages, the Mulberry Cottage from previous and the Gingerbread Cottage. So we'll start with the Gingerbread Cottage. And I have stitched both of these pieces on 18 count frosted cookies by Joddery Designs with called for colours. So there is my gingerbread cookies. It is a little bit larger than my other designs. So this, I've obviously put the batting and then the cross stitch piece, and then I've mounted the same style 2 pieces of sticky board which are covered in this gorgeous fabric here that was out of a set from Hobbycraft. I've put the white rickrack between the 2 layers, and then on the back I've done a piece of gingham ribbon, which I've realised this one's not straight, but oh well, a little rickrack bow and then a red gingham bow, and the handle is a red striped ribbon. So I think that's absolutely gorgeous. It is a lot bigger than my other pieces. You can see it's nearly double the size, but hopefully this will still fit on my little tree. If not, it will eventually go on a bigger tree, but it will be on my tiered tray. And then I finished Mulberry Cottage in the same style, except for I used a gingham check fabric. I'm not sure what collection this is from. I just picked up a piece from So Hot UK. I've got my gingham and rickrack bow and gingham bow there as well, the same hanger. So that is, I believe, all of my stitching. Wow, I think when it's 11:30 at night, I seem to zoom through things. I stitched a lot, but I stitched smaller pieces. Apart from my Caterpillar cross stitch, which is a lot of stitching, but it's just on smaller count. But I am so happy with how these turned out. I think these are absolutely adorable. I love the Stitching with the Housewives pieces, and next year I'll definitely be stitching some more of their pieces. But yeah, apart from that, I don't think I've bought too much else. I did buy some of the new Stitching with the Housewives stripe fabrics. I got the white with the red line, with the blue line, and with the black line. But those are currently sat in the office. They arrived today and I forgot to bring them over to my room. So I have picked up those. And apart from that, I think that's everything. My Patchwork Rabbit advent calendar came in, and my Joddery Designs thread calendar came in. I did get the very sad news that Chromatic Alchemy were unable to do my advent calendar. I'm not going to go into it. There was a long story. mistakes happen, and unfortunately the mistake has left me without an advent calendar. It was a mistake on my part, but these things happen. I'm not going to stop buying the fabric from Chromatic Alchemy because I absolutely love their fabric. I love their service. Just unfortunately something has gone wrong on this occasion, and they found out too late to be able to do my advent calendars. They have refunded me that money, and hopefully I will get one next year. So, but I have 2 advent calendars. I can't really complain. I have 2, which is a lot more than what a lot of people have. So I'm grateful for the 2 that I have. So that kind of leads me on to my last thing I wanted to talk about. Now, I am considering doing Flossmas this year. Not sure how that's going to go, because I'm not sure I would have something to talk about every day. I do have my advent calendars to open, which is something. But yeah, I am working up until the middle of the month, and then I've got a week off, and then back at work but have evenings off. So I will have more time towards the end of the month. The start of the month it's going to be really busy for me while the students are here. But yeah, that is basically the plan. So I am thinking about doing Flossmas. I'm thinking about doing a daily Flossmas. So let me know what you think down below. Would you like to see a daily Flossmas, or do you prefer a weekly updated Flossmas? Please let me know, because I'm looking for ideas. I love the daily Flossmas. I'm also a little bit hesitant because am I taking on too much? But I want to try it, so I will see. I've also wanted to try vlogging a little bit when I actually have things to vlog about, or doing a different style video once a month where I do short clips to actually show you what my stitching is like, rather than just sitting down and showing you all the finished pieces. Because if I'm being honest, my stitching gets done on my days off. I do a little bit, these little stitching with the Housewives pieces, these were taking me a day if I had all day, like say 4 or 5 hours of stitching time. But if not, I was doing these as part of my 15 minutes a day, and then just got most of them done. My caterpillar cross stitch, I just sat down and worked for about 3 hours on that. But I don't actually stitch for like hours and hours. I got a comment a little while ago that said you must do everything, like not do anything and just stitch all the time. That's not the case. I do other things. I do other crafts. As you can see, I've been teaching myself from YouTube how to do macrame, and I do have a couple of other pieces. But yeah, so I've always wanted to kind of show that other side of things, rather than just sitting down and just showing you all my finishes. But let me know what you think. Would you be interested in watching a Flossmas? And what type of things do you like to see on Flossmas? So I'm gonna go, because I'm so tired. I'm ready to just crawl into bed, but I have to tidy my room first. Oh, chores. But yeah, so I have to tidy my room and get that sorted, and then I've got to be up nice and early tomorrow morning. Always fun when one of the students needs to leave site nice and early. But yeah, so I've got to be up nice and early and ready for work tomorrow. So I am going to leave it here because I am now babbling away, and I need to go and sort my hair out because over the course of today it has decided to frizz. So I do apologise for the state of how I look. But yes, so that is me done. I really hope you have a wonderful week. I will probably be back on December 1st for my Flossmas videos, the day 1 of Flossmas. So I will see you all very soon, and happy stitching, guys!